Hey peeps, it's Tripl-L, and today I want to talk about the recent Zelda Breath of the Wild trailer that popped up called Life in the Ruins. I believe it first came online after the Game Awards for 2016, and man, when I first saw the trailer, it was really exciting. It was showing a different aspect of the world. And so now let's just sit down, let's go through it. We're going to do it in regular step-by-step fashion. I'll stop whenever I think there's something worth talking about. But otherwise, let's just watch this trailer. I'm pretty excited. So guys, thanks for coming, thanks for watching. Let's get into this. Starting now. Always appreciate a nice little piano at the beginning. Okay, this little bit right here, this part kind of frames the whole trailer for us. It's showing civilization, it's showing people working together, showing people working with animals, planting and tilling the seeds, and we also see the inclusion of a monster. So this is pretty much dictating or illustrating the life that people have in this particular world. It's farm, grow, and then defend yourself from monsters. And truthfully, that's what we see in this trailer. See, in this first shot, we already have a person walking around. And this is way more than like whatever I expected. You know, this Zelda game was first introduced with Link kind of in a farm kind of area. But when we actually got into the trailer, because the world is so big, it made it seem way more empty than it actually is. And so in this shot, having this guy walking up the bridge just kind of reminds us that, yeah, there are people still around. It's just their society has very much changed. And if we look at this shot, we could see our notable landmarks like the pass off to the right. We can see a beach with one of the guardians, one of those giant octorok things, or giant, yeah, you know, the giant machines. And we can see a temple off in the distance. So for this shot, just seeing the one man walking here is just different. It really shows the nomadic lifestyle these people might be leading, and I don't know, it does set the tone for this trailer. Okay, here's actually something really cool, because we can see more than one person and they're fighting monsters. So this guy who's in the center, he doesn't look like he's Link, but I really can't tell. It's not clear enough for me to make an assumption. I mean, it could very well be Link, but I'm going to assume it's not. But what's interesting is that there's someone else in the shot off to the left. And so will we be seeing enemies fighting with human characters? You know, are we going to be seeing that kind of AI interaction? Because if we are, that's a pretty big step. That's pretty interesting. I'm not going to lie. I think that's different. I would not have expected to see the characters of this world being that Link about things. Okay, this is really important too, because this is showing a settlement, and it just kind of shows what kind of lifestyle these guys have. You see a bunch of people on the outside, you see a dog. Really, this is a very makeshift kind of maybe settlement, and it might just be a giant tent as well. These people might always be on the move. It's going to be very interesting going into this game and finding out exactly how this society works. I'm very excited about what's going on. I can't really see what's going on in that particular building. There's like any kind of posters, anything that we could like really use to just make a clue, get a clue on what's going on. But if I was going to make a guess, I would assume that thing at the top is either a trophy, like it's a giant idol of a horse, or it's something that's used to catch wind and transfer wind into the building. Who knows? I'm just speculating at this point. Let's move on. This is just really cool. Okay, so that was a really good little introduction. Now we're seeing more settlements. On the tapestry we got, you know, I think it's now showing us a kind of cycle. They started off growing plants and then they started building, and they now have more stable societies, although the ones on the fringe still kind of exist. Now this place has a really cool aesthetic. I don't know like what we can say about the houses, although the roofs look like they are some kind of shell. So I would not be surprised if these guys actually hunted monsters and made pretty much homes out of their remains. That would be a very interesting touch. Let's see if there's any other little detail that we could really pull from these houses. No, just like it looks like shells. Overall though, I am really liking this kind of aesthetic. And if you see on the left, right here, they have some kind of little bush plantation. And they have a chicken on the right. So most likely the chicken, you can attack it and it will call its army of chickens. But yeah, this is pretty cool. This is really cool. Oh man, you know what? I just figured it out. I just figured out what life in the ruins means. It means like, no, actually people living in the ruins of the world. That's why it's called Life in the Ruins trailer. Honestly, I thought this was going to be like a dungeon diving trailer, but no, this is actually making a lot more sense. Okay, moving on to the next scene. Okay, this guy right here. Guys, this has to be one of them. This has to be a Rito. Because previously we saw the Koroks, they're here. And now getting the confirmation of the other Wind Waker race, and they're also here. And man, pretty epic little shot of him coming up like that. Now I'm fully in the camp. This game is taking place after Wind Waker. There's just no way it can't. Like the evolution of two races needs to happen for it to work in the other timelines. And right now, this is the game. Wind Waker is the game that had the evolution occur. So this has to be in the Wind Waker part of the timeline. The real question now is it after Spirit Tracks? Or is it before? Is it even right before? No, it has to be right after the world flooded. Yeah, like, because that's what triggered the evolution of the species. Anyway, it's really cool to see what it looks like to be a Rito here. What else can I say about this? Just like he generally looks really badass. Okay, yeah, let's just keep going from there. Okay, so that giant thing in the sky, that's terrifying. It does remind me of the Helmrock King, the giant bird that you fight in Wind Waker. So that might be something. Really though, it's terrifying. I can't even begin to imagine what kind of nukes that thing drops. Man, how scared would you be if you saw a giant mechanical bird floating in the sky? You'd give up on life. No wonder people don't care what they're doing anymore. They're just kind of like, yeah, that giant shadow of a thing's gonna kill us one day. Okay, moving on. Okay, so this shot. Ho 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 ho. Now, what concerns me about this is that in this trailer, there's another shot later on, but in this trailer, this person looks a lot more like Link because of the outfit it's wearing. You know, it's got the blue, and the traditional blue seems to be what Link's going with, and it's also wearing gloves. It looks like a more adventurous styled girl. The quickest assumption you can make here is that this is Zelda, and it could very well be. It's really hard to actually tell. Like in the worst case scenario, or like the one of possible scenarios, is that this is Linkle as well, and somehow Link, I don't know. I don't know how they're gonna work that. But the reason I am saying this might be Linkle, or at least open to the possibility, is because the costume is very similar to Link's, I guess, promoted costume, the blue tunic. Yeah, I'm like, this is actually cool. It's cool to see it, but I am concerned about if this is Zelda or is this Linkle. Because if it's Zelda, then it means that Zelda's going to be changing costumes throughout this game, and I'll say why later. You know, this is probably what happened to Hyrule Castle town back in Ocarina of Time. Like, you know, once Ganondorf took power and raised the castle out over a giant floating pit of lava, he most likely shot things out of the castle and pretty much blew everything up. I'm actually very curious as to whether or not we're going to be seeing our favorite groping zombies anywhere here. I think they should be here, because this looks pretty pathetic, and I could totally see a couple of them squatting in one of the abandoned houses. But see, here's the problem, right? It's a different glove, and Link is like bowing down, so this is most likely Zelda who's standing right next to him. It's just, how is this gonna work? Are you gonna like end up traveling with Zelda all the way through until you get this really important moment where you find out, oh my god, she's the princess, and she does like a costume change? Oh no, new idea. the person earlier. It would be really cool if that's the Sheik of this generation, if that's like the Sheik persona, and then she changes into her Zelda persona later on in this scene. Because, guys, look. You know, it takes a lot of effort for developers to make different costumes. I want to assume that if it's not the player character, if they're changing costumes for characters, it's because it's important. So, yeah, let's keep going. Like, this is actually like the most exciting part because this might be Zelda. Okay, that's pretty much it. Now we get confirmation Nintendo Switch and the Wii U. What else can I say? You could probably try and guess at Zelda's general disposition here. Like, she seems angry at the world, but you really can't say until you see context. For all we know, Zelda might have just watched someone get skewered alive by whatever lives in the giant castle. I mean, if I was evil, I would totally break the spirit of my main adversary by, I don't know, like, torturing her father right in front of her. You know, that was actually really dark. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it, I believe. I don't think there's anything else in this trailer. Yeah, no, we seem to be done. Okay, so guys, let me know what you thought. I'm very excited. I do want to see more. I'm not gonna get overexcited about the story or the potential of the story, because truthfully, it's a trailer. These might be the only. No, never mind. I won't say that. Anyway, guys, let me know what you thought of this. And until next time. If I was to say more things about the trailer, it's just like they used the parchment and transitioned it into what's actually going on in the world really well. So I like that gimmick for this trailer. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. And until next time, I hope you have a great day.